Healthy soil is a harmonious symphony composed of a soil's texture, chemistry, and biology. And in the field, every farmer becomes a conductor. A healthy soil that is really humming is an asset to the farm and its surroundings. But when a soil is not performing its essential functions, the farm ecosystem becomes imbalanced and degraded. That's going to add some cost and risk to the farmer. Remember, in an organic farm, we're thinking about the whole ecosystem, not just that crop yield. We can understand the benefits of healthy soil by considering the 9 key functions that it performs. So, let's break them down. We understand that farms need to be profitable. Otherwise, they're out of business and no longer producing the organic foods that consumers want to buy. As an organic inspector, I've been on a lot of farms, and I can tell you that it's a tough proposition to try to grow organic food on poor soil. Remember, organic farmers think about feeding the soil, not just the crop, because if cared for well, the soil will feed the crop. The first function of healthy soil is providing the physical structure, nutrients, and pH, and the biological dynamism to support plant growth. This is to say that organic farmers need to be paying close attention to these markers and implementing practices that increase them over time. Function number 2. Soils should provide food and habitat for a range of beneficial organisms, both big and small, because robust soil life contributes to many other functions in the ecosystem. For the soil to feed the crop, we need to have all manner of soil biology present and active, from beetles, hey buddy, to fungi and microbes. These soil dwellers prefer similar things to us, like housing and food. For soil biology, quality housing means good soil structure, enough water, plenty of oxygen, and a balanced soil pH. And food means plenty of organic matter in all stages of decay. Diverse and abundant soil biology can change our soils in beneficial ways that otherwise would have to be accomplished by a machine. For example, alleviating compaction, increasing water infiltration, and making nutrients more plant available are all benefits of that healthy soil. Function number 3 of a good soil is maintaining adequate soil oxygen so that both soil life and roots can breathe. Like roots, I'm a big fan of oxygen. We want about half of the soil's pore space to be filled with air so that the roots and soil biology can breathe. Now, the 4th function of a healthy soil is cycling and storing carbon as well as plant nutrients. A soil's texture, its chemistry, and the living beings within it form this dynamic system that is constantly changing. Organic residues and the nutrients within are in a constant state of decomposition and assimilation by the soil life and the plants. At the same time, soil particles are chemically holding on to the nutrients, creating this balance where by holding on to the nutrients, they're making them plant unavailable, and then they're slowly releasing them, making them plant available. Soil can act like an intelligent and benevolent bank that stores extra nutrients so they aren't lost, doles them out to plants and biology when they're needed, and even transforms them through soil biology into forms that are more useful to the crop. The 5th soil function is filtering, buffering, degrading, immobilizing, and detoxifying organic residues, as well as inorganic materials such as nutrients, as well as potentially harmful chemicals. Those complex interactions between soil particles, chemicals, and soil biology allows soil to have an incredible impact on both organic and inorganic substances. Working as a system, soil can filter poisons and even break down toxins. The 6th function of soil health is suppressing pests, diseases, and weeds. A soil that's highly active is constantly decomposing and digesting things. Microbes, fungi, and insects can also control plant diseases, insect pests, and weed seeds. Because of this, healthy soils often have fewer diseases, pests, and weeds, which can certainly help yields and make farming just that little bit more profitable. Now, function number 7, I'm going to say, is a big deal. It's sequestering carbon from the atmosphere right into the soil, and overall, it helps regulate the climate. So, for the first 6 soil functions, we really just talked about things that benefit the soil and the crop itself. But this one plays a much bigger role. Through the magic that is photosynthesis, soil can store carbon from the atmosphere. Let me explain. You know how plants breathe in CO2 well inside their leaves. The CO2 is split between oxygen and carbon, while oxygen is released back out into the atmosphere, which is a nice benefit for those of us who like to breathe. The carbon is turned into sugars and root exudants. The plant does this to attract and feed all of those various microbes and soil biology that ultimately make more nutrients available to the plant. But the effect is that plants can suck carbon out of the atmosphere and sequester it into the soil. The eighth function of soil is regulating water. A soil full of deep growing plant roots, sponge-like organic matter, and vibrant soil biology is equipped to also store more water than degraded soils. This is because soil organic matter stabilizes soil aggregates as well as pore space. Healthy soils can infiltrate a lot of water during heavy rains, so that you have this, instead of a degraded ponding field. In addition to better drainage, healthy soils also store more water than plants can use over time. In this way, soil can both be a bank for nutrients as well as a bank for water. The ninth and final soil function is to filter nutrients, pathogens, and sediments out of our water. When we take a sip of clean, clear tap water from a well, or dip our toes into a clear stream, this is possible thanks to the filtration actions of soil. When we protect and build our soils, it in turn protects and cleans our water. The 9 functions of soil clearly illustrate that soil isn't just some dirt that you grow some plants in, but instead a living, breathing organism that regulates much of our environment.